But yeah, man, let's hop into to some NHL stuff. Mostly the Leafs for the most part. Did you catch all the games this week?
Yeah,
You,
except yesterday. It's like yesterday was in and out. I was all around the place.
yeah. Um, so I mean, we had the Montreal game, won that, lost to Ottawa on Thursday, and then we won yesterday against Ottawa, which is honestly an expectation for me at this point. That's why the game on Thursday was a little frustrating. Um, how about you start us off, bro? What was like some things that you saw in the games that you watched, players you like? What do you think of the Leafs? Like, what are you kind of expecting from them? It's the first week of the
I
regular
mean,
season.
home opener was like everything I hoped for. Like it was a hard fought game, this, that, whatever. Once again, I was pissed at the fact that the energy that was put in that first game was not there last year during the playoffs. But like we're not gonna reminisce about last year. It went through it did what it did, man. It did what it did to our feelings, it did what it did to our emotions, but we're gonna move on. But nah, first game was crazy. I really liked the first game. Who like there's a bunch of new cats that I actually mess with, like that Bunting boy.
Bunting's nice. He's had a good. He scored last night.
Yeah, Bunting had a good game. What's that other guy named Egvol?
Engvall,
ENG.
Pierre Engvall,
Yeah,
yeah, he's been
yeah,
in and out of the lineup. He's been with us for like three seasons,
yeah. I
three
haven't
four
seen him
seasons.
around that much, but I don't know. Like those games, like I feel like he showed up some way somehow. It was a good week. The second game though, like
The second game
that
was tough to watch.
second game was horrible to watch because to me, no, actually, second game was they almost made that comeback, didn't they?
They
Yeah,
did, but
yeah.
that's typical Leafs bullshit, bro. They
Yeah,
always
yeah,
do that.
typical. Yeah, but to me, it's like the goals. The fact that they were down 3-0 at that point was like it was just plain basic mistakes. Like to me,
Yeah, it wasn't really their fault. Like it was like
yeah,
bounced off a player, went in, bounced off the skate.
mhm,
Like that's why I'm not losing my mind over it. Like some of these
yeah.
fans.
Like to me, like I was looking like at first when I was watching the game, I was paying attention to what's his name, Mrazek, the goalie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the new guy we brought in.
yeah. I was paying attention to him, and I'm like, bro, like. Tu bouges comme une passoire. Like, what is this, bro? Like, he was literally just bootleg. I thought he was garbage. But then the game went on, and I was like, okay, no, this guy's not that bad. Like, he could actually play, whatever. But once again, like that comeback almost, I thought they were gonna make that happen
I
because
thought they were gonna make it happen
they
too.
literally had a shot at like there was like maybe 5 seconds left. I don't know who took that. I feel like it was Bunting, but I'm not too sure. There 5 seconds left in the third period. They had a chance to tie it, and he didn't. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that. But other than that, bro, like I don't know. It was a good week for the boys.
Yeah.
The third game was yesterday. I didn't. It was. I was in and out that game too. I can't even lie. I
Third
didn't pay
game,
attention that much.
like there's so much news coming out of the whole week, but especially the third game. But like that Thursday game, I want to give a shout out to Anton Forsberg, which was the keeper for Ottawa. Matt Murray, the starting netminder, got injured, and then he came in, and now he's the starter for who knows how long. Um, and the guy just had that game. He had 42 saves, so it was like it wasn't like we didn't make that comeback for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The keeper was lights out. And even
Mhm.
last night, bro, I don't know if you saw the save that he made on John Tavares.
Oh my god, that was nasty.
Nasty. You saw
That
that,
was
right? Like when he
I
went
saw that
backhand,
was
forehand, and
nasty.
he just
Yeah.
robbed him. Like
That was
that was like,
nasty.
damn. I was like, damn, JT. I know John Tavares wants to, because like Matthews is not here right now, so this is his time to just like
He's
pile
coming
it
back
in.
tomorrow though.
Yeah, he's coming. He should. He's rumored to be coming back tomorrow. Let's pray,
Yeah.
because this team looks like. Let's be honest. That's how you know Austin Matthews is a superstar in this league, because he makes that team look completely different. They're still good without him, but with him, they just look like he takes control. He's such a superstar right
Yeah.
now. But
Yeah.
yeah, JT like he's trying to get started. You know what I mean? He's trying to get his season going. So is Mitch. You know they're having a little bit of a rough time, but last night they looked good for the first time. I didn't like how they looked in the first two games, to be honest. But last night they were looking better. Nylander's been looking great all season. I'm telling you, this
Nasty
guy's
boy.
like 30 goals minimum. This guy's gonna get like 60 plus points easy. Like that's what he usually averages. But I feel like he might get 80 points this year, bro. Nylander's gross, bro. Nylander's gross.
He's like he's one of those guys where he's everywhere, yo. Like it's mess. Like I don't know. Every single time I watch him play, it's like he doesn't look like I don't even know how to put it.
It's too
just,
easy,
Yeah,
like,
it's too easy.
He's smooth. He's smooth. Nylander is like very like the most nonchalant guy, and like sometimes you think that means that he's not playing well because he's not. It looks like he's not trying, but like he's just so smooth, man. Like Willie's slowly becoming like my favorite of the big four, bro. Like he's been, well, not even slowly. Like I think he might already be, bro. Like especially. Like after last season with Mitch, like Nylander's looking, he's looking sick.
Yeah, no.
That contract looking amazing.
Yeah, I can't even let it. If there's anybody on that team I have to get a jersey, it has to be him.
I know. I already said
it has to be him.
Don't worry about that. I'm looking into it. I'm looking into it.
Relax,
that might be a little gift, like a little gift for something special.
Yeah, mad, me and my boy Nylander, we need a date.
Bro, he's a fly guy, good looking dude. It's a sick number. 288 is a sick number. I feel like if you're gonna rock a jersey, like it's a good look. But yeah, Willie's looking just like elite. And honestly, to be honest, like I know they're gonna put Mitch with Matthews again, but like before you started watching the Leafs, it was actually Nylander, Matthews, and then Mitch was with another line before Tavares came, and then Tavares came and he played a season with JT before like finally Mitch started playing with Matthews. Like Matthews and Mitch are sick, but like I feel like I liked Nylander Matthews better, and I know it went stale, and that's why they made the switch. But the way Nylander's playing right now, they could run that back because now you can't just like be like, oh, Mitch is gonna make the pass to Matthews for the shot, and all we gotta do is stop Matthews' shot. Now you have to respect there's two shooters on the ice. You know what I mean? Like if Nylander is either gonna snipe that himself or he's gonna pass it off to Matthews and score. The only reason that I would say maybe keep them separate is like they're both generators, and like you might want to have like Nylander on his own line and Matthews on his own line, because right now Nylander's looking like the second best player of the big four, even though like technically skill-wise it's Mitch, but right now like the way they're playing, Nylander's looking like the second best player of the big four, so he's looking nice. Speaking of you guys to come in, I really like Kampf. He surprised me. Kampf, but you mentioned Bunting looks good. Kampf looks good. He's impressed me as a third line center. Like I didn't know who he was before the season started, so he's looked good. Just doing his job, doing his role, win some face-offs, go fight for the puck, keep possession.
I don't know, for some reason I don't like. I know like the expectations for them are not as high as it was last year, but for some reason I'm really like excited to watch them this year. Some way, somehow, I don't know what.
You think so? I think the expectations are higher for them now, or at least at the same level. Yeah, bro. Because last year's embarrassing. Like they can't do that again. Like now it's like if you don't win a round, it's y'all are done. Like it might even be rebuild. Like no, like it's like it might even be like wash the lineup. Keep your main pieces, your young boys, wash the lineup. Like
yeah, I don't know. To me, last season is just I thought I was convinced that it was championship.
Oh, all of us were. That's why it was so disappointing.
Yeah, but like this season, I feel like I don't know. Once again, it's like I'm really excited to see them, but I don't know if it's because I don't think that they're gonna win, or it's because I watched the documentary and I'm so much more like
invested
into it.
Yeah.
That I really want them to freaking perform. Like I think that's what it is, but we'll see.
But take it in, like just to show you how much everybody expected last year to be the year. They had cameras in the room. They filmed the documentary. Like you think they filmed that documentary, expected them to lose in the first round? I don't think so. I think the documentary they were there because they were like, oh shoot, we can watch one of the most popular sports franchises in the world win a cup, and film it all and put it on a, that's what the investors, whoever came up with that idea of making that documentary had in mind. That was the ideal end. Like why did they hop into the room last season? Because there was expectations, not just the team expected it. We saw in the documentary, the team, they expected it of themselves. The coach expected it. We expected it as fans. Like last season was a colossal disappointment. The only reason that I'm also kind of excited. One, I'm excited because we get to watch American teams again, and I can't wait. Like Monday's going to be the first game against an American team, I think, in a minute. Yeah, and I can't wait to watch a game against a team that's not a Canadian team. Honestly, I could deal with us not watching a game against a Canadian team for the next 2 months. Like I've seen it all. Literally watching Montreal then Ottawa back to back was yeah, it's a new season, it's exciting. I'm trying to watch the team, but I'm I'm so tired of seeing these guys. Another guy I want to shout out is Tim Stützle though. Like I don't know if you saw him, the rookie. Not rookie. He's in his second sophomore season now with Ottawa. But like he pulled a disgusting move. I don't know if you saw it, but like
I think I did. The one that gave him that open netter thing.
I think so. Like he didn't finish. He didn't finish the play. But
yeah.
like he basically received a pass behind him, backhand toe dragged it through his legs, and then went through the defender's legs.
The
and
defender,
and I was like, oh my god, this guy's gonna be a superstar, bro. Like Ottawa, enjoy Tim Stützle, man. He's nasty. And these German kids, like we're starting to get some nasty German players. Draisaitl, Tim Stützle, like man, Germany might be kind of nice when Draisaitl's in his like 30s. Like they might have a nice team because they're starting to get stars in the league. Tim Stützle is gross. Like that was disgusting. That had me out of my seat. I'm not gonna lie. That and the JT save were like, damn. Like we're gonna win this game, but Ottawa, kudos to you, bro. Like your players are showing up.
Yeah, Ottawa had me shook. I can't even lie to you. There's this one guy. What's his name? Tyler Ennis, I think.
Tyler Ennis, he played for us. I knew you were gonna say him. The little play he made behind the net.
Yeah, he was nasty still. Like I like the way he played the 2 games. Like I really like seeing him around and hustling for what he was doing. And like I don't know. I love Ennis. Yeah, I enjoy watching him. I can't even lie to you.
I love Tyler Ennis so much.
Nice.
Like he was like one of Buffalo's better players in his younger days. The problem with Tyler Ennis is like injuries and he's small. Like unfortunately for him, like he's small, so like he can get hit like pretty easily. You can knock him off the puck easy, but when he's skating and he's got those hands moving, nasty. Like Tyler Ennis has underrated hands. Like when he played, he kind of had a resurgence when he played for Toronto. He came here after injury, like best doctors in the league. Shout out to them, but. He came here after his injury, and then he basically like rejuvenated his career. Scored like 12 goals, which as a third liner and stuff. And then I was sad to see him go, but that's
how long ago was that though?
Through 3 seasons ago, I think.
Yeah, that's why. I don't know. For some reason, his name was kind of like familiar, but like I was not trying to. I couldn't put my hands on it.
I mean,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I think there's also a Tyler Ennis in the league too. So, in the NBA, no, wasn't there a Tyler Ennis in an NBA or?
There's a James Ennis in the NBA.
I think there was a Tyler Ennis in the NBA too.
Yeah, there might be a Tyler Ennis in the NBA too, but but those names are so like
commonplace, I guess.
Yeah.
And you also touched on Mrazek. So I don't know if you heard about last night. There was a UFT goalie in net for UFT goalie, backup goalie.
Yeah.
So do you know the story behind it, like why it happened or no?
No, but I was I don't know the story, but we were watching it at some next restaurant or whatever, and the guys were just talking so much shit about UFT hockey and this, that, whatever. And I was like, why are we like watching a Leafs game and UFT's in the conversation? So I guess you're about to tell me because I don't understand what's going on right now.
So okay. So basically, the answer is salary cap. So Mrazek.
Broke my hookers.
Well, no, it's because it's actually the opposite. It's like we have a limit and we can't surpass that limit, and we kind of got stuck. So Mrazek got injured in that Thursday night game, right? Like at the end of the game, Campbell's also looked sick. Like every game he's played, he's looked good.
Nice.
Like I love Jack Campbell so much, man. I love Jack Campbell so much. Like not to be sidetracked, but I don't know if you saw. I posted a clip in our IG story of like him after the game, and they were like, "Oh, did you hear all the fans were chanting soup and stuff?" And he's like, "Yes, I like that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it." Like I'm like, this guy is God's gift to earth, bro. He's so sweet. Like I'm talking about another man right now, but he's so sweet. Like, oh man, if that was my kid, I'd be the proudest parent on earth, bro. Like, starting goaltender for the Leafs, polite, nice as hell. Like, what a good dude. But anyways, Mrazek got injured, and basically what happened is we were going into the game and we were gonna call up Michael Hutchinson. I don't know if you remember him from last season. He was our third string goalie last year. So we were gonna call up Hutch, but the problem is like on game day, Justin Hall got sick. So obviously, we're in a panini, as we'll say. Like I'm not gonna say the actual word because I don't feel like it. So we're in a panoramic right now. So so obviously, if the man's got a cold or something, they don't know. Like they don't know if it's just a cold. Like he can't play, so he's gotta get the test. So because of that. we're like, okay, we'll just put Timothy Liljegren in, right? Who's like one of the younger defensemen, and he's on the two-way. But the problem is to bring up Hutchinson, we had to send Timothy Liljegren down to the minors to like make the money even out under the cap. So that was going to be the plan. They were going to send Timothy Liljegren down, call up Michael Hutchinson, put him into lineup. Justin Hall was supposed to play, right? So our defense would, like our regular lineup would have been untouched. We would have just called up our backup goalie. But the problem is now we lost the defenseman, and we have the next best defenseman is Timothy Liljegren, who was our extra. But in order to call up the keeper, we have to send down that defenseman, Liljegren. Yeah. And obviously now he has to be into the lineup, so now they're stuck. And they can't call up Hutchinson because monetary-wise, they can't do it. So that's why this UFT goalie kid got a call at the last minute to be the backup. So, interesting story. It's kind of like, honestly, it's kind of embarrassing a little bit, but like, it's, oh man, we need a luxury tax in the NHL, man. We need a luxury tax. Like,
I mean, man, shout out that UFT boy, bro. That probably was.
Imagine how sick of a story that is. Yeah, imagine you being like called up to be like on the NBA bench, just like you're not playing, but you literally get to sit on the bench, watch a game, sit beside like LeBron James and just chat it up, like, you know, like.
Like big shout out to him, man. I wonder how like he feels or how he's gonna move around the campus now. Like, I don't know, man.
I mean, he seemed like a good kid. Like, he had his post game interview. I watched it. He seemed like a really good kid. So, yeah, but he's definitely moving around. Like, he's getting some play. Like, he's getting some play. Like,
I just don't want him to start moving all Hollywood and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, I mean, it's a 15 seconds of fame type of thing, right? Like, eventually it's gonna wear down, but it'll be a cool story to tell one time. Like, you know, he'll be at a party in like 3 years, and like he'll just be like, oh yeah, like I played like goalie for the Leafs one game, and then they're like, what? What's your name? They search it up. They see he was like, they see his story. Like, crazy. It's a cool little story. Like, yeah, that's why it happened. So it just goes to show you why the salary cap is annoying and how basically I don't have another word than panini or panoramic, but like how that affected the salary cap, and now it's a flat cap and hasn't increased because of that, and now we're kind of screwed because and that's one thing that sucks too. If you're looking at the stars who were signed recently, like Pedersen, Quinn Hughes, Nick Suzuki just signed, Tkachuk just signed for the Sens. Like, all of them are getting signed like around like 7-8 mil, whereas we signed Mitch and Austin to like 11 mil and 10.6 mil. You know what I mean? And all of these guys are getting signed to less because of the pandemic, because the money is not as, like, they know that the cap is not going to move. But when we signed Mitch and Austin, like, the pandemic was not even a thought. So we thought, like, the cap was going to increase over time and we were going to be okay. But now we got screwed. Like, if we literally signed those contracts like a year and a half later, they probably would have been less, you know? So so that's kind of the messed up situation we're in now. We paid, like, the most prime dollar that you're going to pay over the next, like, 5-6 years. Like, I don't know if we're gonna reach that total again until like maybe 2 seasons from now. So we're in a tough spot in that regard, because I don't know how much the cap is going to be going up, and that's where you get weird situations like this. You know what I mean? Like, the coach doesn't even know what's going on. He's just like, "Hey, yo, what's up, man?" Like, you know, just know, like, this guy literally needs to break his leg for me to put you out there.
So what? Coach just shows up to work and they tell him that, oh, we don't.
They're just like, yeah, you have a goalie from UFT on the bench. Like,
oh my god. That's crazy. That's actually crazy,
dude. I'm in the back like this with the chapelet, you know, touching all the beads, praying that nothing happens to Jack Campbell in that game, bro. Cause,
hey man, but it would have been nice to actually see him play. And
no, it wouldn't have been nice. No, it would have been nice.
Yo, they would have laid him up, man.
Yeah, exactly. And then we would have got once again, the Leafs would be the laughing stock of the NHL. Not only did we lose to a backup random guy, but we also lost using a backup random guy. So, like, you know, he did play OHL hockey though. That's the thing. Like, he's our age at UFT. He's like a 24-year-old kid, but before he played professional hockey, he played like OHL, right? So, like, that's where you get drafted to come into NHL, they
Yeah.
would send you to the minors or whatever. But yeah, he played OHL level, so he played high level hockey. It's not like he was like some
So
university
he must be
only.
solid, yo. He must be solid. We should have given him a chance. Or
No,
something
no,
like
no,
that.
no.
Give him
There's
an
there's
ice.
there's a reason why he's trying to get a degree and he's not playing hockey except for university levels. So you know.
Hey, you're disrespectful, man.
Well, I'm not trying to diss, but like there's a reason. There's a reason for that.